everyone, Dr. Anjanakis here, coming to you from my house. I'm here to show you what's going to be in your home chemistry kit that you picked up if you are taking Chemistry 108 in a remote fashion, and you're going to be conducting some labs in your own home. So you picked up this box that has your kit in it. And I'm going to be going through what should be inside the kit. So there's all sorts of stuff inside the kit. You should also have a pile of papers inside the kit. Many of those papers are your lab report forms for the reports that you'll be doing. I'm not going to go through those. What I am going to go through are a few other pieces of paper. So the one we're going to be using today is your laboratory equipment in your home chemistry kit. This is a checklist of all of the equipment that should be in your kit, and that's what we're going to check through today. So keep that handy. There's also safety rules for your kits. You should review this, make sure you understand all these rules. If you have any questions about them, be sure to ask your instructor. Anyway, this page, returning your kit, it's double-sided. This you'll need at the end of the semester when you're giving your kit back. So don't lose that, just keep it in your kit so you don't lose it. There are also several reference pages that you might want to keep handy that you might use throughout the semester. Periodic table will be very handy. Keep that in an accessible place. Electronegativity chart, also very handy. Keep that accessible. And solubility rules for common salts. Also keep that in an accessible place. So maybe those three pieces of paper, the reference charts, maybe staple those together and keep those with your, either with your kit or with your chemistry notes or something. So now we're going to go through the equipment. So I'm going to go through this checklist, and if you want to, you can take your kit out, follow along with me. Hit pause if you got to be searching. I took all the equipment out and put it on my countertop here so it's easier for me to see. So one of the first things, this is actually at the bottom of the list, but I'm going to use it first. The bottom of this list, it says safety glasses. And I'm going to put those on as I check my chemistry kit. So safety goggles look like this. You should be wearing them whenever you're using your home chemistry kit because there are chemicals in here that can be harmful if you get them in your eyes. So you should have your safety goggles on whenever you're digging around in your kit or looking for anything, just in case maybe there's a container that's accidentally open and you accidentally get something in your eyes. So those are my safety goggles. So now I'm just going to go through the list starting at the top. So the first thing on the list, 250 milliliter plastic Erlenmeyer flask. This will probably be connected to something, but the Erlenmeyer flask is this piece. It's this plastic piece. I can take the stopper out. So this is your 250 milliliter plastic Erlenmeyer flask. You need a 100 milliliter plastic graduated cylinder. That is wrapped in plastic here. I can unwrap the plastic. Oh, these are actually separate. I don't have to unwrap the plastic yet. So this is my 100 milliliter graduated cylinder. I'm going to leave it wrapped in plastic for now, right? Maybe if you're storing it in your kitchen, you don't want other stuff to get on it until you're ready to use it. So I'll leave it in plastic for now. 10 milliliter plastic graduated cylinder. Same thing, but smaller, also wrapped in plastic. Large plastic container, a 32 ounce deli container. So that's this bucket. Probably has a lot of stuff in it, but the actual plastic container that everything's in, that's what's referred to by that large plastic container. You should also have 3 medium plastic drink cups, 9 ounce in size. Also has some stuff in it, but it's these 3 cups. 1, 2, and the third one is holding all this equipment. So I have those. 2 small plastic cups. Those are actually inside the medium one, so I'm going to take some of this stuff out carefully. So mine had test tubes in it, so I just took the test tubes out. These are my 2 small plastic cups. Plastic funnel. The plastic funnel, mine was in my large plastic container. Looks like this. 12.5 centimeter round filter paper, 1 piece. That's this little circular piece of filter paper. Mine's a little bit bent, that's okay. You just want to keep it dry. 6 small test tubes. So those are what I took out of the small plastic cups. So these are my 6 small test tubes. 6 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1 whole rubber stopper with tubing connector and 2 feet of flexible tubing. So that was this part that was connected to my Erlenmeyer flask. So this is the 1 whole rubber stopper. It has a hole in it. With tubing connector, that's this plastic piece, and 2 feet of flexible tubing. That's this flexible tubing. So you can keep that with the Erlenmeyer flask. Keep that all together. 1 plastic spoon. That was in my large plastic container. A thermometer. Looks like this. Mine's wrapped in a little plastic bag. You can keep it in there for now until you're ready to use it. Plastic ruler. Here's my plastic ruler, also wrapped in plastic. Oops, I'm dropping stuff. It's a good thing all these things are plastic. We wanted to give you plastic items instead of glass items because they're a lot harder to break when you drop them. So this is your plastic ruler. Keep that in my plastic wrap for now. 5 disposable plastic pipettes. So that for me was in the medium cups. So these are my 5 disposable plastic pipettes. You have little tubes at the top and you can use them to transfer liquid from one place to another. Digital scale. This is really the all-star of the chemistry kit. The fact that we could get you digital scales makes it very possible to do a lot of these labs. So it's really awesome that you have these. So this is your digital scale. It's a good idea just to make sure it's in the box. I haven't opened my box yet. I'll sit here while I struggle. Oof, dropping stuff. There we go. Oh, and I have some batteries in here too. I'm going to carefully pull this out. I have some batteries that are included in the box. And my digital scale has this nice little container. And there's a black cover on it that I have to take off. And there's my digital scale. So good, got the scale. I'm going to put the black cover back on and I'm going to keep it in this little leather case. Once we're ready to use it, we can put the batteries in. All right, I have my digital scale, looks good. Next thing, 2 AAA batteries. They were included in there. It says these may be in the scale already. Baggie of small objects, rubber band, plastic bead, and wood bead. This is my baggie of small objects. It was inside the large plastic cup. So I have a rubber band, plastic bead, and wood bead. You can see those. Baggie of chromatography supplies. So that's this little baggie. Looks like this. And it's labeled on there for the chromatography lab. It says lab chromatography, investigating synthetic dyes. Inside this bag, you should have 5 toothpicks, 5 pieces of chromatography paper. So I'm not, I guess I'll take these out to make sure that you all know what they are, but we want to keep these things dry to make sure that if you're taking them out onto a surface, that the surface is dry and relatively clean. So I have 5 toothpicks, 5 pieces of chromatography paper. That's these pieces. You can just, they're paper clipped together, but you can say 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might have some pieces that are stuck together there. And then plastic tube of yellow 5 dye. So that's this yellow 5 dye. And then lastly, plastic tube of unknown food coloring. So I have a tube of unknown food coloring. I'm going to put all those things back into that bag just to keep them together because they're small and I don't want to lose any individual pieces. Cool. All right. Then baggie containing multi-fiber ribbon. This is fun stuff. So we have this little baggie, and inside is a piece of multi-fiber ribbon. So there's just different types of cloth in there. And it's a good idea, again, keep this in the baggie because we want to keep it clean and dry until we're ready to use it for our lab. And then baggie containing black cardboard slit and plastic diffraction grating. Where is that? Oh, is it in here? Oh, yes, here it is. So it's this little baggie. Mine was in my large plastic cup. And we have a black cardboard slit and a plastic diffraction grating. So the black cardboard slit is this little piece of black cardboard with the slit in it. And then the plastic diffraction grating is this transparent piece that's also in the baggie. Cut and assemble spectroscope on blue cardstock. So this blue cardstock has something printed on it with instructions on how to assemble a spectroscope if you do that spectroscopy lab. That'll be a fun one. Plastic scoop straw, that's also in my large plastic cup. So this is that scoop straw. I don't know about you, but this reminds me of like slushies from when I was a kid because you could like slurp through it and scoop it. Don't put your mouth on it. None of these things are meant to be consumed or used the way you'd use kitchen items. These are all lab items. Cut and assemble test tube rack. This is also a brilliant piece of ingenuity by one of our instructors. So Dr. Rule has made for you a test tube rack made out of cardstock. So there are instructions for how to cut and fold this to actually turn it into a test tube rack. It'll be pretty cool. I might have mine assembled. Maybe I can show you what I have. So when you assemble your test tube rack, it will look like this. You can put little test tubes in it. It'll be pretty awesome. So your test tubes can fit in here. Yeah, nice. All right. Where are we? Oh, and then safety glasses, which are already on my face because I'm being safe. So that's all the equipment. There's another list of household chemicals, and most of those look like they're in here. There are also some that are in their own individual bottles. So, first one, mixture of salt and sand. That's in here. I'm going to take out some of these items. Here's my mixture of salt and sand. It's labeled. Classification of matter unknown. Rubbing alcohol. That's my 70% isopropyl alcohol. Household hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide solution. Dry active yeast, sealed in a plastic bag. So that's in this cup here. This is this little bag. It says yeast. Bleach diluted to 1% of the original concentration. Dilute bleach solution. Green food coloring. Again, in the plastic container. Green food coloring, nice and green. Red cabbage juice indicator. Red cabbage indicator. Also a fun household lab item. Household ammonia solution, clear, diluted to 50% of the original concentration. So I think that's also in here, one of these smaller bottles. Here it is. So it's in one of these small bottles. It says ammonia solution. Vinegar solution, also in the small bottles in the plastic container, vinegar solution. Milk of magnesia, saturated milk of magnesia solution. Baking soda solution, saturated baking soda solution. Aspirin solution, saturated aspirin solution. Salt, sodium chloride in a plastic vial. Salt. Alum in a plastic vial, alum powder. And then a snack-sized bag of M&Ms. These are going to be used for a lab experiment. Do not eat these M&Ms. Treat these as lab chemicals that you would not eat. So yeah, just again to repeat, all of these things, you want to keep them clean, you want to keep them dry, keep your equipment dry. As you've learned in the safety video, I won't go through that again, but you want to store everything in a safe place that stays relatively room temperature. Keep everything in your lab kit. I would say just keep everything in the box. And if there's something on this list that you don't have, make sure you let your instructor know. And besides that, have fun doing some chemistry experiments at home this semester. I'm excited to see how this works out. The fact that we're able to have a lab kit that goes home with you that lets you do some of these experiments at home is really exciting. So I hope that you're excited too, and I hope you have fun. Bye.